Hey guys, Redneck Mini 14 here, and we are in a very interesting time in our society and in our history as a nation, and even as the world. And that is with this whole coronavirus COVID-19 outbreak that started in China. And, hundreds of thousands of Americans are sick, and tens of thousands of Americans are dead or dying. And that's a pretty big deal. And that's just our country. There are millions of cases throughout the world, hundreds of thousands of people dead or dying. And it's just a very, very sad time. But among all of this coronavirus pandemic, there are a lot of jobs that were lost, a lot of companies that closed, a lot of American companies and jobs being lost. And with this whole stimulus check that's come out, and a lot of people are getting their $1,200 checks or their $2,400 checks with $500 per kid. So a lot of Americans either have gotten a stimulus check or they will be getting a stimulus check. And part of the reason for this stimulus check is to go out and spend it on the American economy. And so a lot of people are going out and buying TVs, which I don't really know exactly where all these TVs are made, but I guarantee you a lot of them were not made in the United States. So maybe you shouldn't be going out and buying TVs. I know a lot of people watching this particular video are probably going out and buying a gun or two, maybe even several, depending on the price of those guns. And if your financial situation allows it and you can afford it, I say go ahead. That's an awesome idea. I personally have not put a gun on layaway, but I have a 1022 rifle on order, and it'll be here in a few weeks, because, everything's really crazy right now, but I have a 1022 on order. So that is an American-made gun, and I encourage everybody, if you're going out and buying a gun with your stimulus check, do everything possible to buy American and support American jobs. So if you're buying a new gun, especially, buy American. So, if you're getting a shotgun, get a Mossberg or a Remington, because those are American shotgun companies. If you're getting a hunting rifle or, really any kind of rifle, buy American. This is a Ruger Mini 30. This is an American-made rifle. Remington. Let's see, who else? It's kind of hard to remember all the companies that are actually still American-made. But, Ruger, Remington, Smith & Wesson AR-15s, and if you're going out and building your own AR-15, go with something that is an American, American-made components. So like Anderson Manufacturing or I don't know all the different companies, but like PSA, I'm pretty sure all of their stuff is American made, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, if you're getting a handgun, maybe go for a Smith & Wesson over, say, an imported gun like a Glock. Now, Glock is, of course, not China, so it's not like you're supporting China with their, all their nonsense that comes out of China. But I encourage you, if you're buying a new gun, go out and buy American. So we have a Mossberg 835 here. We have a Ruger Mini 30. We have a Smith & Wesson 5904. Now, of course, all of these guns are used, and I bought them used, but I just kind of brought them out because these guns don't really get as much love as some of my other guns on the channel. And this particular one is new, or I bought it new anyway. This is a Heritage Rough Rider. Very inexpensive 22 revolver if you want to be a little cowboy, if you have a little cowboy in you, or maybe if your children want a good 22 revolver to shoot with, it's a good option. It's American made. And there are other companies out there, it's like Carr. Let's see, who else did I already mention? So Mossberg, Remington, Ruger, Smith & Wesson, Heritage, Carr, Auto Ordnance, which is like a subsidiary of Carr. Anderson Manufacturing, they make AR-15s and AR-15 components. Gosh, I don't even know who else. Marlin. They make some good lever actions. Henry, also makes good lever actions. Winchester does not make Winchester does not make guns in America anymore. Iver Johnson does not make guns in America anymore. Rock Island Armory, those are all imports. I say stick with American if you're getting a new gun. If you're getting a used gun, well, it doesn't really matter. And the reason I say that is because once you're buying a gun used, your money is no longer going to that import country. And really the only country that I think matters that you shouldn't give your money to is China. So there are a lot of Chinese-made shotguns out there, and those are probably the only current guns that you can get from China. But your H&R Partner pumps, your and there's a couple other ones that are made in China, and the Century double barrels. I think those are also made in China. If you're going to get a new gun, don't invest in those because you're giving money to China. Whereas if you buy a used one, you're giving your money to the gun shop, which is an American job, and you're supporting American jobs. And in any way, if you're getting a gun from a gun shop, you're supporting American jobs. But if you're getting a new gun, buy American. At least that's what I recommend, because you are supporting the American economy, and we need to support the American economy now more than ever. So don't go out and buy something made in China. Go out and buy yourself something made in America. Anyway, that's all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the guns that don't usually make it on the channel quite as often as some of the other guns, and that's pretty much why I brought them out here. So, subscribe to my channel, like me on Facebook. I'm Redneck Mini 14, and until next time, be safe.